Okay, so we're still in test mode, guys. Let me just put the earphones in because we're going to play. Okay, so hi Lorna, we're still in test mode, but we are going to do a bit of a reaction to a fake Elvis channel on YouTube. These fake Elvis channels that portray themselves as being YouTube channels that support Elvis is just complete rubbish, isn't it, guys? So Lorna, can you hear me okay? Leanne, give us a bit of feedback. Can you hear me okay? So I got myself a cup of tea. I've got about 25 minutes. I thought before I get going, I just want you guys to say that you can hear me okay. So Lorna, can you hear me? Leanne, can you hear me? I'll get us up on here as well. So I haven't had any time to do live streams today. Yeah, can you hear me? That's good. I've been so busy. Right, let's have a look. Let me just get it up here so I can see you guys up here. Okay. How is everyone? Deborah, are you hearing me okay? We're going to do some fake Elvis YouTube channels. We've got 25 minutes to have a listen to it, okay? I want to get you up here so I can see your comments. Good. Hopefully everything's going to work well. This is obviously right, I got you here. Okay, it does seem like it's working. So you got yourself a cup of tea, guys? Okay, I'm going to play a bit of the video. Just tell me if you can hear it. Okay, okay, guys. Okay, let's do it.
Their divorce was finalized on October 9, 1973. Despite the separation, they maintained a close relationship for the sake of their daughter and continued to express love for each other. Priscilla later reflected that she did not leave Elvis because she stopped loving him. Rather, she needed to discover herself beyond their marriage. She noted that their bond remained strong even after their divorce, emphasizing that they still...
Right, okay, so I missed that, what it just said, but remember, we are criticizing and critiquing and reviewing these fake Elvis YouTube channels that I think may be getting created by Priscilla, her PR team. Why are all these channels popping up everywhere, all over Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and many others, Twitter? What is happening? Why is the story being retold in favor of Priscilla to make Elvis look bad, Priscilla look good? Let's keep listening.
Cared for each other deeply until Elvis's untimely death in 1977. Linda Thompson, the committed carer. Elvis Presley and Linda Thompson's journey together was marked by intense emotions and personal struggles. Elvis first met Linda Thompson in July 1972 at a private screening of a film in Memphis.
Right, so what we're going to do, we're trying to fact check it. So this fake channel is telling its version of events. It's now going to start talking about Linda Thompson. Let's just see how true it is. I just want to top up my tea a little bit, guys. 1 second. Okay, right. Right. Okay, I've got me cup of tea. Obviously, we are testing the new laptop, so hopefully everything is working. So a bit of feedback, please. Is the video sounding okay? Does my voice sound okay? Let's go. Is my voice matched with my talking? Does the video match with the talking so it's in sync? Let's make sure everything's in sync. Okay, guys?
At the time, Linda was a 22-year-old beauty queen, and their attraction was immediate. Elvis approached her with charm, assuring her that he was no longer with Priscilla Presley, his former wife.
So far, this is true. Let's see if he starts lying. Let's have a listen. We're going to give it the benefit of the doubt. If this channel, Rock and Roll History, is keeping within the truth, we're fine. As soon as he twists it, we got a problem.
The chemistry between them was palpable. They spent hours together that night, kissing and cuddling in the darkened theater. Within weeks, Linda was flown to Las Vegas to see Elvis perform.
So is that true? I mean, I think they did kiss on the first night, but were they kissing in the theater? Is that true? I'm not sure, guys. You tell me.
And soon after, she moved into Graceland. Linda described their connection as one where they were everything to each other.
Now, guys, I've always said this. Let me just get the book. I've always said this. I know there's some negative views on Linda. Many people feel that Linda spent too much, but I like Linda. I think that Linda really helped Elvis, especially in the first year. I personally think Linda helped Elvis move away from the hell that he went through with Priscilla. So Linda has bought me her book. I love this. I've read quite a few chapters on this book. It's a nice book. There are parts in this book that describe things that are a bit uncomfortable, but overall I like this book. The book isn't all about Elvis. It's obviously her husband as well, but generally I am a fan of Linda. I like the way Linda speaks about Elvis. Many of her older interviews in the late 70s, early 80s, I think are nice and kind. Even many of her interviews that she gives right up to today, I find that Linda does really help maintain a good image for Elvis. I don't think she does harm to Elvis's image and reputation. I know some of you may disagree, but I have a good feeling about Linda. Yes, she's made a few mistakes. She said a few things maybe she didn't really have to, but I am a fan of Linda.
Lovers, friends, and at times, caregivers and patients. Elvis was drawn to Linda's perceived purity. She had never been involved with drugs or alcohol, which contrasted sharply with his own struggles. During their 4.5 years together,
I mean, from what I learned about Linda, she was a good Southern girl. Yeah, a beauty queen. She had good morals. She was a decent girl.
Linda became an integral part of Elvis's life. They shared many memorable moments, including attending his historic Aloha from Hawaii concert.
Tell you what, these fake Elvis channels, I'll tell you what, the pictures they do, the little miniature little video clips of Elvis, like here, Elvis with Ann-Margret, they're actually really good.
In 1973, which was watched by millions worldwide. Still, their union had its ups and downs. As Elvis's health started to get worse because he was taking more drugs and living a bad life.
See, this is where I start to get worried. Now, I'm not going to be in denial. I understand Elvis may have abused his prescription medication. He very possibly was addicted to some, very possibly took too many. I'm not going to be naive, but please also say what started Elvis with these tablets, these pills, these medications. He had extreme insomnia, unbearable insomnia. Then as he got older, lots of pain, lots of stomach issues, even breathing problems. We know about the glaucoma. He had high blood pressure. Elvis started to become unwell. This is a big part of the reason why Elvis turned to his doctors for help. The pain, the discomfort. He needed to relax. He needed energy to perform. He was overworked. So he needed to sleep. So it's not straightforward. After a concert, he would want to relax. Even during the movie years, he had to be up to film these scenes, doing 2-3 movies a year. So it isn't just as simple as just saying, oh yeah, Elvis took drugs. It's not that basic.
Linda had to take care of him. She watched over him a lot at night because he had trouble sleeping and other health problems.
But remember, she did. But he was having sleeping problems as a child, even sleepwalking, very dangerously sleepwalking, even as a child.
She felt drained by this emotional weight. By late 1976, cracks began to show in their relationship. Linda...
Well, again, remember, I agree, things went wrong. Elvis was seeing other women. Even Linda was seeing another man. Is that correct, guys? Maybe more than one. You tell me, put it in the comments. But remember, by 1976, they'd been together quite a few years. Elvis's health had deteriorated. Yeah, he had problems with the prescribed medications. Yeah, there was some addiction there because many of these prescribed medications are very addictive with loads of side effects. Remember, very serious stomach problems as well, pains and aches. It was much more complicated than just, oh, Elvis was taking too many drugs. It isn't that simple. I wish it was. Linda had been really good to Elvis and really had looked after him. I really believe that. But the whole story is much messier.
Suspected that Elvis was seeing other women, which caused her significant distress. In November of that year, she confronted him during a visit to San Francisco.
I think, guys, come on, it's well known Elvis was seeing other women. Can you put in the comments what other women Elvis was seeing during the time he was with Linda Thompson? But also, what other men did Linda see during the time she was with Elvis Presley?
Despite Elvis's tearful assurances of love and loyalty, Linda felt compelled to end the relationship. She told him that if there was another woman involved, he needed to be honest with her. Linda's
Guys, if you've watched the interviews with Linda, she clearly admits that Elvis obviously was seeing other people. In the Larry King show, she clearly says it was obvious Elvis was seeing other people. But remember, so was Linda. So was Linda. So we need to be fair.
choice was influenced by a number of factors, including the emotional exhaustion she experienced as a result of caring for someone who was engaging in self-destructive behavior.
Well, you know, self-destructive behavior, it's a tough one, guys. This is a very unwell man. In 1976, a very unwell man. Elvis was desperate. He's in serious pain. He didn't know where to turn. What do you do when you're in severe pain and you can't sleep and relax? You have no energy, but you're overworked. What do? You are desperate and you turn to any way of help, whether it be nurses, doctors, whether it be the pharmacies, anything to try and fix yourself, to get you through the day. Elvis was struggling just to get through the day.
And the realization that she was unable to compete adequately with the other women in Elvis's life. Just a few short months before his terrible death, on August 16, 1977, they decided to end their relationship. Following their split, Elvis quickly moved on to a new girlfriend, Ginger Alden. Tragically, he passed away shortly after their breakup. Linda received the heartbreaking news from Lisa Marie Presley.
He rushes through, doesn't he? He's like, bam, he's with Ginger, bam, Elvis has died. There's a lot more to it, and they were together for 8 or 9 months, wasn't it? Him and Ginger were together for 8 or 9 months. There's a big story that goes with that, but obviously this channel is jumping across. Let's see where he goes with it.
Elvis's daughter, who called her immediately after her father's death. At his funeral, she was one of the first people acknowledged by Elvis's father for her role in his life. The love with Sheila Ryan. Elvis and Sheila first crossed.
Right, before we go on to Sheila, in case you just joined us, I've only got like 10 minutes left. We are testing out the new laptop. Finally, we've got a laptop that is working. I had to send 2 laptops back. Thanks to everyone that helped me getting this laptop. Finally, we've got one that is working. It's called an Asus S16. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Paths in Las Vegas. Sheila, who was then a rising star and had recently been named Playboy's Playmate of the Year in October of 1973, was introduced to Elvis by his friend Joe Esposito. Their relationship blossomed quickly. Sheila found herself swept off her feet by Elvis.
Are these pictures? That's not Sheila, is it? I'm sure that's not Sheila.
His larger-than-life persona and the glamour that surrounded him. However, being with Elvis came with its own set of challenges. Despite the initial excitement, Sheila often felt overwhelmed by the expectations.
Guys, is this Sheila? That ain't Sheila, is it? Who is that? It keeps springing up this. That's not Sheila? That's not Sheila, is it? Please tell me. Put it in the comments, guys.
Placed upon her as Elvis's girlfriend. She later revealed that she struggled to understand the nature of love and romance as defined by someone like Elvis. While he attempted to create romantic moments, Sheila admitted that these gestures sometimes felt uncomfortable rather than romantic. Their relationship was put under more stress as a result of Elvis's busy lifestyle and stardom. Sheila claimed that she did not feel completely honest on her part. She was taught by Elvis's pals how to behave around him.
So this is Sheila, isn't it, guys? So any information on Sheila, please put it in the comments. When did they start seeing each other? How long for? Who else was Elvis also seeing during this time? Any information? I'm learning, guys. I'm no expert on Elvis. The more I learn, the better. You guys are helping me learn.
Which left her feeling like a fraud at times. Sheila acknowledged that she suffered from that feeling. The fact that their relationship was distinct from others that he had encountered was something that she valued despite this fact. The fact that she did not exhibit any signs of jealousy or demand made it possible for them to keep an open conversation about his prior relationships.
Do you agree with this, guys? Is this true? What do you think?
As their relationship progressed, the pressures began to mount. Despite their chemistry and shared moments, Sheila eventually realized that she needed more stability than what their whirlwind romance could provide. The couple's
And guys, there is a very good interview with Sheila on YouTube. You know, she's a stunning girl. She was a beauty, and she does speak very honestly about her time with Elvis.
breakup came about due to these mounting pressures and differences in their expectations for the future. Sheila expressed that while she cared deeply for Elvis, she felt it was necessary to step back from the relationship
Sorry, dogs are barking, guys.
to regain her sense of self. Ultimately, she left him after about 2 years together. Sheila would go on to marry actor James Caan in 1976, We Age. So this was all about the lavish life of Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. Before you go, please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos like this. Was Elvis serious in any of his relationships, or was he simply a playboy? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, yes.
What is it?
It was extremely special. It was very strong.
You'll be shocked to know this. Elvis gifted Ann-Margret a grand round pink bed crafted just for her as a symbol of their love. No,
Guys, is that true? Because that's the first time I've heard of that. It could be true. Please let me know in the comments.
this is not shocking. Here's the shocking element. Once enraged,
Yeah, Yasmin's all back to normal. She's Lorna. But she did fall over today at school because obviously my wife works at the school with Yasmin, and she's grazed her knee. So, but I'm going to get her in a minute. We'll bring her on to say hello. Yeah.
Enraged by her husband's affair, Priscilla, Elvis's wife, furiously threw vases at them. But it is nothing. Now Ann-Margret admitted in her book that their affair destroyed Elvis's marriage. So what was the entire matter? Next few minutes will make it clear.
Now remember, we're playing these channels. To me, these are fake Elvis channels designed to make Elvis look bad. I could be wrong. You tell me what you think. I've not watched this part here that's going to talk about Ann-Margret. I'm a massive fan of Ann-Margret. I really like Ann-Margret. She's always spoke beautifully about Elvis. I just hope there's nothing bad here.
Margaret's early life was full of experiences that shaped her journey to becoming a star in both acting and singing. Born on April 28, 1941, in the scenic village of Valsjöben, Sweden, she was raised in a close-knit family. Her parents, Gustav and Anna Olsson, instilled in her the values of perseverance and creativity.
See, we like this. This is good. It's teaching us about Ann-Margret, where she was born, about her parents. So far, so good.
Growing up near the Arctic Circle, surrounded by serene forests and lakes, gave her a peaceful yet inspiring childhood. At just 5 years old, Ann-Margret and her family made a big move to the United States after World War II, settling in Wilmette, Illinois, near Chicago. Adjusting to a new language and culture was no small feat.
I mean, come on, guys, look at her. She's a beauty. She is a beauty.
For young Ann-Margret. Her father had already spent some time in the U.S. before returning to Sweden, and in 1946, he brought his family to America for good. By 1949, she had officially become a U.S. citizen, marking the beginning of a new chapter in her life. Ann-Margret's journey to stardom began early, with a natural flair for the arts. She quickly stood out in dance classes at the Marjorie Young School of Dance, and her mother, always her biggest supporter, handmade costumes for her performances. As a teenager, Ann-Margret dazzled audiences in school plays and local talent shows, revealing the star power that would soon take her far beyond her hometown. At New Trier High School in Illinois, she continued to shine in theater, but it wasn't long before her love for music took center stage.
So all of that, good, yeah. Well done. We like this bit of information.
After graduating in 1959, she enrolled at Northwestern University to study speech, but her true passion couldn't be ignored. Teaming up with friends, she formed the jazz band The Subtle Tones, played in Chicago clubs, and eventually landed gigs in Las Vegas. It was there, in the City of Lights, that fate stepped in. Legendary performer George Burns spotted Ann-Margret during one of her Vegas
Yeah, and I've heard this story about George Burns discovering Ann-Margret.
shows and immediately recognized her talent. He invited her to join his 1960 Christmas show, which launched her into the Hollywood spotlight. With that golden opportunity, RCA Records came knocking, and soon she was appearing on shows like The Jack Benny Program. Her first movie role came in Pocketful of Miracles, 1961, where she held her own alongside stars like Bette Davis and Glenn Ford. But her big break came in 1962 when she performed the Oscar-nominated song Bachelor in Paradise at the Academy Awards, captivating over 40 million viewers. That same year, she shone at the State Fair, proving her incredible singing abilities. And then
See, I love all this. This is great. This is great. Keep going.
came Bye Bye Birdie, 1963, and Viva Las Vegas, 1964, where her sizzling on-screen chemistry with Elvis Presley sparked rumors that still fuel Hollywood gossip. Ann-Margret wasn't just about movies. Her 1961 single, I Just Don't Understand, hit number 17 on the Billboard charts, showing her talent had no limits. Over the years, she racked up 5 Golden Globe nominations, winning 2, and earned Grammy nods. With over 6 decades in the spotlight, Ann-Margret's legacy as a Hollywood icon remains as vibrant as ever. Ann-Margret
I love all this. Come on, guys. We're enjoying this, aren't we? We're all Ann-Margret fans. I'm hearing all good stuff here. Let's keep going.
Its dual personality reveals the complexity of her character, both on and off the stage. While she is widely recognized for her glamorous and bold performances, particularly in roles like Emily in State Fair, her true self is quite different. In 1962, Ann-Margret starred in State Fair, a remake of the classic Rodgers and Hammerstein production. Initially, she was considered for the role of the sweet and innocent girl, a character that aligned with the wholesome image Hollywood often preferred for young actresses at the time. However, her undeniable sex appeal and vibrant stage presence led director Jose Ferrer to cast her as Emily, the fiery and seductive bad girl of the story.
So do you guys remember growing up watching Ann-Margret films? Come on, we all loved them, didn't we? Come, she's, even without Elvis, she was phenomenal. She was obviously super sexy, very talented, good at everything, beautiful to look at.
This decision marked a pivotal moment in Ann-Margret's career, as it allowed her to break free from the mold of the good girl and embrace a more daring persona. The character of Emily was not just a departure from innocence. She was bold, confident, and unapologetically flirtatious. Ann-Margret's performance was electrifying, showcasing her ability to captivate audiences with her charm and charisma. The transformation from good girl to bad girl also reflected Ann-Margret's own journey as she began to embrace her sexuality and allure on screen. Despite her on-screen persona, Ann-Margret was known to be quite shy and introverted in her personal life. Growing up in Sweden and later moving to America, she faced challenges adjusting to a new culture. She often described her
I'm sure that was Bridget Fonda, wasn't it? But guys, I've only got a couple of minutes. I'm enjoying this. I've got to go and get Yasmin from school. Then I've got to do something else. I'll be doing a dog walk, so we will do a dog walk live as well.
herself as reserved, finding it difficult to express herself outside of performance. This introversion stood in stark contrast to the bold characters she portrayed. In her autobiography, Ann-Margret candidly discusses this duality. She explains how performing allowed her to unleash a different side of herself, one filled with confidence and vivacity that was often hidden away in everyday life. On stage,
it's funny because This is called Elvis Presley family finally reveals the heartbreaking truth. Yeah. But now it's all about Ann-Margret. I mean, I love the fact it's all about Ann-Margret, but the title of the video is Elvis Presley's family finally reveals the truth. I'm a bit confused, but yeah, I'll have it. I love Ann-Margret.
Stage, she transformed into a captivating performer who could command attention with her sultry voice and dynamic dance moves. Off stage, however, she preferred quieter moments, enjoying solitude and reflection. As Ann-Margret continued to rise in fame throughout the 1960s, she became known as a sex kitten, or
Funny, it beeps every time it says the word sex. It beeps. She became known as a sex kitten, beep, which is funny. So yeah, Ann-Margret has more class than the rest of the women. Elvis, I agree with you, Pat. She was very classy. Yeah. So couple of minutes, guys. I'm going to go off and then we're going to come back. Believe it or not, this video is 2 hours long. 2 hours long. I'm intrigued to see where this is going, this video, but at the moment it's great.
the female Elvis, drawing comparisons to Elvis Presley himself due to their chemistry on screen during films like Viva Las Vegas. Her bold performances became iconic, but they also came with pressure. The expectations placed on her by Hollywood often conflicted with her more reserved nature. Despite these challenges, Ann-Margret learned to embrace both sides of herself. She understood that while she could portray sultry characters on screen, there was also strength in being true to who she was off stage. This realization allowed her to navigate the entertainment industry while maintaining authenticity. Ann-Margret's ability to switch between being a bold performer and an introverted individual made her relatable to many fans.
I can't grumble with that. I actually like the last 10 minutes we've played is actually very good. So let's see how it goes, guys. You know, maybe the channel can redeem itself by saying truths. We've got 2 minutes and I'm going, guys.
Admired not just her glamorous roles, but also the vulnerability that came through in interviews and personal reflections. This duality has become an integral part of who she is, a talented actress who has entertained audiences for decades while remaining grounded in her true self. As we continue exploring Ann-Margret's journey through Hollywood, it becomes clear that this balance between boldness and introversion has not only shaped her career, but has also endeared her to generations of fans who see their own struggles reflected in hers.
I gotta agree with that. I have to agree with that. We are endeared to Ann-Margret.
Margaret's relationship with Elvis. An interesting story.
Right, here we go. Margaret's relationship with Elvis. This is the bit we want to hear. We're going to come back for a part 2 of this. Yeah. So part of the title of this will be Ann-Margret. Yeah, she's got to be. I didn't realize that this section of Ann-Margret was going to be in this video. So we're going to come back. We're going to carry on watching this. I'm going to do a dog walk. I hope everything is working fine. We've got the new laptop. I've had to send back 2 laptops. Hopefully this is going to work. It does seem like it's working. Please put it in the comments if the volume on the video is working. My voice volume is working properly. So guys, this is good. I'll be back for a dog walk. We'll do a dog walk live and then we'll go from there. Okay, guys? So thanks for joining me. Appreciate everyone. I'm so relieved that it does seem like I finally got a laptop that is working. So I will play it back and I'll have a listen to it. Might make some small adjustments just to make sure it's all working okay. But I'm very, very pleased. I'm chuffed. I'm like a kid with a new toy. Yeah. Quite exciting to finally get a laptop that I want. Okay, guys, I'll see you all later. I'm going to get Yasmin from school. See you later, alligator.